Hello everybody. Now let us start paper 2 of 2023 TS set paper. In my last video we saw paper 1. Now let us go for the 51st question. The divergence of vector field. If f equal to 4xi plus 3xy square j plus xyz cube k at point 2, 2, 1, then the answer is 40. So one thing I want to say you that this type of problems which he asked in the paper, I attached to this video. After explaining this complete question paper, in continuation, you will see the video where I explained this divergence of vector field problem. Now next, 52 question. If x and y are two complex numbers, then which of the following is true? In these options, x plus y less than equal to mod x plus mod y and x minus y greater than or equal to mod x minus mod y. Now next 53rd question. The general heat conduction equation which gives the temperature distribution conduction heat flow in an isotropic solid reduced to Laplace equation when body is in what he is asking? The general heat conduction equation. He is asking the general heat conduction equation. That particular equation which gives temperature distribution conduction heat flow in isotropic solid reduced to Laplace equation when the body is in, he is asking, when the body is in steady state with no heat generation. Now 54th question, the order of convergence of Newton-Raphson method. 2. Next question, if n is number of trials, p is probability of success in binomial distribution, then the mean value is given by NP. Now next, the value of j half, where j is the Bessel function. Option is root 2 by pi x sin x. Next question, the central limit theorem states that sample size increases sampling distribution must approach normal distribution. Next question. Which of the following function f of x of a complex variable is not analytic at all points of complex plane? F of x is equal to log x. Now next question. The functions in Green theorem are mathematically continuous partial derivatives. Next question. The final character of fourth order Runge-Kutta method uses Simpson's rule. Next question. The number of intervals in Simpson's 1/3 rule must be even. Next question. The Lagrange's interpolation method can be used for both equal and unequal intervals. Next question. The most unstable average is mode. Next, 64th question. If force is applied to the body is doubled, mass is cut in half, then acceleration ratio is 1:4. I explained in the attached video to this question paper. Now next, this also I explained. The mass of body is 2 kg, moving on horizontal surface with velocity 4 meter per second, but comes to rest after 2 seconds. If one wants the body to move with the same initial velocity, force applied is 4 Newton. Now next, if p, q, r be the functions of phase space variables of coordinates and momenta of mechanical system, then the value is bracket here r, p, q. 67th question. The hour's hand of clock has how many degrees of freedom? 1. The D'Alembert principle and principle of virtual work. One is for motion, other is for rest. The dynamics of particle governed by Lagrangian L equal to half m x square minus half k x square describes an undamped simple harmonic oscillator. When elevator is stationary, a coin is dropped from certain height h, reaches the floor in time t1, and if elevator is moving uniformly, the same coin is dropped from the same height, reaches the floor in time t2. Then which of the following is correct? t1 equal to t2. Now next question. This question actually he gave the options wrong, so full marks is awarded for this. Next question. Relation between phase velocity u, group velocity vg. Vg equal to u plus k du by dk. Next question, 73rd one. This I explained in the attached video. If the kinetic energy of particle is equal to its rest energy, then the speed of it is √3 by 2 c. If I1 equal to I2 not equal to I3, then the body is called symmetrical top. 75th question. The rank of moment of inertia is 2. Next question. This also I explained in attached video. To contract the length of rod to 95% of its original length, the speed of the rod relative to the observer, where c is the speed of velocity, 0.3 c. The electric field and magnetic field vectors are the electric and magnetic fields associated with magnetic vector potential are E equal to minus 1 by c dou A by dou t and H equal to del cross A. Next is 78th question. If two thin parallel wires carrying currents in opposite direction, then force experienced by one due to other is perpendicular to lines and repulsive. If the speed of electromagnetic wave is 1.5 into 10 to the power of 10 meter per second, refractive index is, take speed of electromagnetic wave in space as 3 into 10 to the power of 10 meter per second. So this is 79th question. I explained answer is 2. Okay. Answer is 2. Now next question. If plane wave in free space is normally incident on infinitely thick dielectric slab having dielectric constant 9, then the magnitude of reflection coefficient. This also I explained in the attached video. Answer comes to be 0.5. Next question. The following two parameters are same in conductors. Phase and attenuation constant. Same in conductor. Next question. The following condition always holds good in waveguide. Phase velocity is greater than light velocity. Next, if collision less plasma when the radio frequency is equal to the plasma frequency, the displacement current due to the electromagnetic wave is equal and opposite to the conduction current. Next, the wavelength of electromagnetic waves produced by charged oscillator which oscillates about the mean position with a frequency of 300 MHz is 1 meter. This I explained. 84th question. Next one. One of the Lennard-Wiechert potential is VR, t equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r minus r dot v by c. Next, match the following. Stern-Gerlach experiment explains existence of electron spin. Davison-Germer experiment gives quantization of energy of electrons in atoms. Frank Head's experiment explains space quantization of angular momentum. Zeeman effect explains wave nature of electrons. If perturbation energy is proportional to x cube, then the first order perturbation energy for the perturbed harmonic oscillator 0. If the lifetime of an atom is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 2, then uncertainty energy, this I explained, 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 14 electron volt. The commutator Lx, Py. Lx, Py are angular and linear momentum operators. Then this is equal to I h cut Pz. Next question. By coupling 3 p electrons, total angular momentum will be 27. The relation between magnetic dipole moment mu and vector angular momentum L. Mu equal to minus E by 2m L. According to first Born approximation, the scattering amplitude, it depends on momentum transfer only and not on the initial momentum. 93. In the scattering theory, the theorem relates the total scattering cross section to the imaginary part of the forward scattering amplitude. 94th question. In the time dependent perturbation theory, the first order transition amplitude AF of 1 of t is AF to the power of 1 of t equal to 1 by I h cut integral 0 to t h fi t dash e to the power of I omega fi t dash dt dash. The commutator alpha x, alpha y, comma alpha x are minus 2ay, where alpha is Dirac matrices. Next question. Major predictions of Dirac theory of spin half particle. All of these magnetic moments, spin orbit interaction, concept of Hall. 97. In the hydrogen spectra, the wavelength of spectral line of Balmer series is 3. Rydberg constant 1.1 in 10 to the power of 7 meter inverse. Then we get the answer as wavelength 685. What is the wave number? 1 by lambda, 1 by wavelength. That is equal to R 1 by N1 square minus N2 square. No. General formula. Okay. But here he gave Balmer series. Substitute that. You will get the answer as 685. The emitter coupled multivibrator is designed so that its hysteresis is negligible. The circuit is square wave generator. 99th question. Transistor is a current control device. 100th question. One of the properties of op-amp, operational amplifier, is here none of this. He didn't give the answer, none of this. Next question. In an analog to digital converter, the sampling period T should be larger than the duration of sample mode and hold mode. An AC signal condition system is used for capacitive transducers. Number of flip-flops in a flag register of 8085 microprocessor. This also I explained 5. 5 flip-flops will be there. A microcontroller should at least consist of CPU, RAM, ROM, input-output ports and timers. If A equal to 3.56 plus or minus 0.05, B equal to 3.25 plus or minus 0.4, that one, the value of A plus B. So A plus B, add both, LHS, LHS, RHS, RHS, you will get 6.09 less than or equal to A plus B less than or equal to 6.81. Right? Now next, the best definition of precision, a measure of reproducibility of a result. The distribution is used for testing a hypothesis of normal distribution. A device that transfers one form of energy to other is called transducer. During Bose-Einstein condensation, all the atoms fall back to the ground state. The Gibbs function G equal to H minus Ts in thermodynamics, in isothermal isobaric reversible process is constant but not zero. The incorrect thermodynamic Maxwell equation, incorrect he said, dou T by dou V at the S is equal to dou P by dou S at V. He asked incorrect. The relation between thermodynamic probability and entropy is thermodynamic probability increases with entropy. Canonical ensemble is related to thermal equilibrium of the system. The number of photons emitted per second by 100 watt bulb which emits monochromatic light of wavelength 400 nanometer given H is equal to 6.623 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joule second is, this I explained I think once you check my attached video, 2 into 10 to the power of 20 second inverse. Which of the following statement is true? If delta G equal to 0, then system is in equilibrium. The continuous phase transitions are second order phase transition. According to Fermi-Dirac statistic, the number of ways 3 particles can be distributed in 4 energy states are 4. I explained in attached video. This also I explained. When rotational absorption spectra of diatomic molecule with equilibrium lines with the spacing 20 cm inverse, then the position of first stroke line in rotational Raman spectrum of molecule is 60 cm inverse. Next question, this also I explained in a video. The natural line width of a spectral line in the emission spectrum of an atomic state with lifeline 10 nanoseconds is of order 10 to the power of minus 7 electron volt. Now next 120th question. If energy of first excited state of rigid rotator is 1.5 million electron volt, then the third excited state energy 9. This also I explained. Once check the attached video. Chemical shifts are due to electrons shielding. Scalar, the possible transitions in presence of weak magnetic field from 2p3 by 2 to 2s1 by 2 is 6. Which of the following is correct order of energies? Where E, R, E, V, E, T, E, E are rotational, vibrational, translational and electronic energies. EE greater than EV greater than ER greater than ET. The gyromagnetic ratio is the ratio of magnetic moment to angular momentum of spinning charged particle. For normal Zeeman effect, the selection rules are delta ml equal to 0, plus or minus 1. If B12, B21 represent Einstein's stimulated absorption and stimulated emission coefficients, then the relation between them B12 equal to B21. The coherence length of sodium yellow light in the 10 to the power of minus 10 pulse duration 3 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meter. I explained in video. A point in reciprocal space represents in real space is plane. Monoclinic. A not equal to B not equal to C, alpha equal to beta equal to 90 not equal to gamma. Tetragonal. A equal to B not equal to C, alpha equal to beta equal to gamma equal to 90. Rhombohedral. A equal to B equal to C, alpha equal to beta equal to gamma not equal to 9. Orthorhombic, A not equal to B not equal to C, alpha equal to beta equal to gamma equal to 90. Second, Brillouin zone range of K values. Minus pi by A to minus 2 pi by A and plus pi by A to plus 2 pi by A. This I explained in the video. The drift velocity of electrons with mobility 1.5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meters square per volt second is an electric field strength of 0.5 volt per meter is 0.75 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meter per second. If the Hall coefficient is 3 centimeter cube by C, carrier mobility is 3 centimeter square by second, then conductivity, it will be 0.1 S by M. 133. HCP, FCC, hexagonal cubic face centered cubic structures of atomic packing factors. For HCP 0.74, FCC also 0.74. 134 question. The binding energy of Cooper pair 10 to the power of minus 4 electron volt. If X-ray beam of wavelength of 0.1 nanometer incident at an angle 30 degrees diffracts in first order, then the separation of set of planes in nanometer. This I explained once. Check in my attached video. Point 1. If the number of density of a free electron gas in 3 dimension is increased by 8 times, then its Fermi temperature increases by factor of 4. Now he gave this circuit, okay, asked to find V0. V0 equal to 0 volt. 138th question. Quasi-crystals form when certain molten alloys cool very slowly. So this is correct, but the reason quasi-crystal have short range as well as long range in their arrangement. Reason is not correct explanation of assertion. The Majorano force is a space exchange force. The diameters of atom and nucleus: atom 10 to the power of minus 10 meter, nucleus 10 to the power of minus 15 meters. The half-life time of radioactive material 24 days. 8 grams of isotope is present initially, then amount remains after 72 days. 1 gram. This I explained once. Check my video. Nuclei have same number of neutrons and different mass numbers are called isotones. A free neutron decays into a proton. The decay products are an electron and an antineutrino. Nuclear forces have strengths in the order where P stands for proton, N for neutron. P minus P equal to N minus N equal to P minus N. Pn, Pp equal to Nn equal to Pn. The Yukawa potential is proportional to e to the power of minus AR by R. Next. The surface term in spherical formula is proportional to where A is the mass number of nuclei, A to the power of 2 by 3. 147th question. M, Mn, Mp are the masses of nucleus, neutron and proton. Then Zxa, the formula is M less than A minus Z Mn plus Zmp. 148th question. Strangeness is conserved in strong interactions but not in weak interactions. 149th question. Nuclear fission model can explain liquid drop model. And the last question. A neutron is composed of 1 up quark and 2 down quarks. So attached to this, the problems which are... So now let us discuss about the few problems which we saw in our question paper. So 51st question. Find the divergence of vector field. Assume vector F equal to Pi plus Qj plus Rk. So the divergence of vector field we write as del dot F. That is dou P by dou X plus dou Q by dou Y plus dou R by dou Z. F he gave as 4xi plus 3xy square j plus xyz cube k. Now let us compare these both. In place of P we are having 4x. In place of Q 3xy square. In place of R xyz cube. Now next let us do dou P by dou X. Dou by dou X 4x. The differentiation will be 4. Dou Q by dou Y. Dou by dou Y 3xy square. So 3x of dou by dou Y y square. Differentiation of y square 2y. Now here 3 is there. 2 3s are 6. 6xy. Now next dou R by dou Z. The differentiation of Z. xyz cube. Differentiation of z cube 3z square. So 3xyz square. Now del dot F. In place of dou P by dou X 4 plus dou Q by dou Y 6xy plus dou R by dou Z 3xyz square. Now in the problem he given 2, 2, 1. That is x is equal to 2, y is equal to 2, z is equal to 1. We substituted here. 4 plus 6 2s are 12, 12 2s are 24. 3 2s are 6, 6 2s are y equal to 2 no. 12 into 1 square. We will get 12. 24 plus 12 plus 4 you will get 40. Okay. Now let us go for just how I got the idea. I wrote the problems. Whatever it may be, you will get all the problems. 50th question. If force applied to the body is doubled, mass is halved, then the acceleration. If a force is doubled, mass is halved, then the acceleration. F equal to ma. So A equal to F by m. First A1 equal to F1 by m1 you write. Okay. Now next F2 equal to 2F1. Okay. Doubled he said. Mass halved 1 by 2 m1. Okay. Now A2 equal to F2 by m2. So in place of F2 2F1 by in place of this m2 1 by 2 m1. That is equal to 4 F1 by m1. So F1 by m1 is nothing but A, no? So 4 A1. So here now write A2 equal to 4 A1. So A2 by A1 equal to 4 A1 by A1. So that say 4 by 1 or A1 by A2 1 by 4. So answer is 1:4. Now next, the mass of a body is 2 kg. Okay. And it is moving on horizontal surface with velocity 4 meters per second. But comes to rest after 2 seconds. If one wants the body to move with the same initial velocity, the force to be applied, what he said, mass is 2 kg. Moving with the velocity 4 meters per second. Okay. So initial velocity 4 meters per second. But after some time it is coming to rest. Rest means final velocity becomes 0. After 2 seconds final velocity becomes 0. Okay. Now if one wants to move the body with the same initial velocity, the force applied must be force applied mass into acceleration. Mass 2. Now acceleration we have to find out. Let us use the kinematic relation. V equal to Vf equal to Vi plus At. Vf it is coming to the rest, so 0. Vi 4 he gave in the problem plus A into time 2 seconds. From that A we will get minus 2 meters per second. Substitute here 2 into minus of 2, that is minus 4 N Newton. Okay. Now the next question, 73rd question. The kinetic energy and the rest energy are equal. Then speed. So total energy is kinetic energy plus rest energy E naught. So kinetic energy is equal to rest energy he gave in the question. So let us write this equation as E equal to E naught kinetic energy plus E naught as rest energy. But kinetic energy equivalent to the rest energy, no? So in place of K, I am writing E naught. So E equal to E naught plus E naught, that is 2 E naught. Okay. Now next, using the energy momentum relation E equal to E naught by under root 1 minus V square by C square, we get now E equal to 2 E naught, no? So in place of E, you write 2 E naught. So E naught, this E naught cancels. Now on solving this, 2 equal to 1 by under root 1 minus V square by C square, square on both sides, 4 equal to 1 by 1 minus V square by C square, and in such a way if you solve, you will get V equal to root 3 by 2 into C. You will get V equal to root 3 by 2 into C. Okay. Now the next question, 76th question on length contraction, right? To contract the length of rod to 95% of its original length, the speed of rod, the formula for the contraction, L equal to L naught under root 1 minus V square by C square. L is 95% of original length, L naught is the original length. So L equal to 0.95 L naught, right? Now 0.95 L naught equal to L naught under root 1 minus V square by C square. Just simplify it, you will get 0.3 C, right? Now next is 79th question. If the speed of electromagnetic wave in medium is 1.5 into 10 to the power of 10 meter per second, then refractive index of medium, he is asking refractive index formula, the speed of light in a vacuum or free space by speed of light in medium. Speed of light in vacuum value 3 into 10 to the power of 10 meter per second. So V 1.5 into 10 to the power of 10 meter per second he gave. So N equal to, you substitute 3 into 10 to the power of 10 by 1.5 into 10 to the power of 10. 10 to the power of 10, 10 to the power of 10 strikes off 3 by 1.5, answer is 2. Okay. Now next, 80th question. If a plane wave in a free space is normally incident on infinitely thick dielectric slab having a dielectric constant 9, then the reflection coefficient. Formula for reflection coefficient N1 minus N2 by N1 plus N2. N1 refractive index for free space 1. Now refractive index for free space 1. Refractive index for dielectric slab related to dielectric constant N equal to root epsilon naught R. Epsilon R he gave as 9 in the problem. So N2 equal to root 9. That is equal to, here N equal to, in place of N I am writing N2 under root 9, that is equal to 3. Now reflection coefficient N1 minus N2 by N1 plus N2. 1 minus 3 by 1 plus 3, you will get 0.5. Right? Now next, 84th question. The wavelength of electromagnetic waves produced by charged oscillator which oscillates about its mean position with frequency 300 hertz. Frequency he gave 300 megahertz. Now light in vacuum 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. Now 1 mega means 10 to the power of 6 hertz. F equal to 300 megahertz. So that is equal to 300 into 10 to the power of 6. Okay, 300 into 10 to the power of 6 hertz. Now here you see, actually velocity of light in vacuum is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. But here we wrote 3 into 10 to the power of 10. Because in the problem he said to use as 3 into 10 to the power of 10. So we substituted that only. But actual value is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. Don't forget this. So F 300 megahertz. 300 into mega means 10 to the power of 6 hertz. Now that is 3 into 6 plus 2. 10 square we can write, no, 3 into 10 square. 300. So 6 plus 2, 8. 3 into 10 to the power of 8 hertz. Now we know C equal to F lambda. Lambda equal to C by F. C 3 into 10 to the power of 8. F 3 into 10 to the power of 8. Answer 1 meter. Now next, according to Fermi-Dirac statistics, number of ways of arranging 3 particles in 4 energy states. 3 particles in 4 energy states. Formula n factorial by k factorial n minus k. N equal to 4 energy states. C equal to 3 number of particles. Sorry, k equal to 3 number of particles. So 4 factorial by 3 factorial, 4 minus 3 factorial. You will get the answer 4. Okay. 4 factorial means 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 divided by 3 factorial means 3 into 2 into 1. 1 factorial means 1 only. So 3 into 2 into 1 in denominator and in numerator strikes off. 4 will be remained. Answer is 4. Right. Now next, let us move for the next question. That is 118 question. When rotational absorption spectrum of a diatomic molecule with equilibrium lines with spacing, so spacing between the lines 20 centimeter inverse, then the position of first stroke line he is asking in rotational Raman spectrum. So in rotational Raman spectrum, the spacing between the adjacent lines is given by 2b. Remember, b we call rotational constant. So spacing he gave as 20 centimeter inverse. So 2b equal to 20, b equal to 10. 20 by 2, that is 10. Now, in rotational Raman spectrum, the Stokes lines correspond to transitions where molecule gains rotational energy. The position of first stroke line, we write it as 6b. Okay. So 6 into 10, that is 60 centimeter inverse. Now next question 119. Okay. The natural line width of a spectral line in the emission spectrum of an atomic state with lifetime 10 nanoseconds is of order. He is asking the natural line width of a spectral line in emission spectrum of atomic state with lifetime 10 nanoseconds he is asking natural line width. So delta E dot delta T approximately equal to h cut according to Heisenberg uncertainty principle. H cut means what is the value? H by 2 pi. Right? Now h cut value, if we substitute the values, Planck constant 6.625 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joule second, pi 22 by 7. If we substitute and multiply and simplify, we get h cut value 6.582 into 10 to the power of minus 60 electron volts. Now delta T he gave 10 nanoseconds. Nano means 10 to the power of minus 9. So it becomes 10 to the power of minus 8 seconds. Now delta E from this formula h cut by delta T. H cut value, delta T value substitute, you will get 6.587 into 10 to the power of minus 8. Nearly in our given options, it is nearly or the closest value of 10 to the power of minus 7 electron. So answer is 10 to the power of minus 7 electron. Now next, 120th question. Okay. If the energy of first excited state of rigid rotator is 1.5 million electron volt, then third excited state energy in million electron volt. Energy level of rotator, rigid rotator formula you remember? So while teaching the molecular physics, I said this formula. Once go to my playlist, open PG physics, named with PG physics. You will find the topics related to TS set, PG physics. Once go through that. Ej equal to h cut square by 2i j plus 1. Now j values, rotational quantum number j means starts with 0, 1, 2. Okay. For first excited state, j will be 1. First, 0 is the ground state. 1 first excited state, 2 second excited state, so on. Now the formula says that energy is 1.5 million electron volt. So for first excited state, E1 equal to h cut square by 2i, 1 into 1 plus 1, 2 h cut square by 2i. But energy what he gave? 1.5 here, million electron volt is equal to h cut square by 2i. Now 2 I sent to this side, so I got h cut square by 2i equal to 1.5 by 2, that is 0.75 million electron volt. Now third excited state he asked in million electron volt. Third excited state means J equal to 3. E3 equal to h cut square by 2i, 3 plus 1. So 12 h cut square by 2i. Okay. Now substitute h cut square 2i from here. 0.75. This value we got 0.75. So 12 into 0.75, you will get 9 million electron volt. Now next, 88th question. If lifetime of the state of atom is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 2 seconds, then uncertainty in its energy, H is saying to take as 6.63 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joule second. Now delta T he gave as 2 into 10 to the power of minus 2 second. H 6.63 into 10 to the minus 34 joule second. So 1 electron volt is 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 joule. Now considering this, the uncertainty value is approximately equal to 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 14. We will get. Okay. Now next, 103. Number of flip-flops in flag register of 8085 microprocessor. 5 bits are used as flags. First one 0Z, carry CY, sign S, parity P, auxiliary carry AC. Now next, 127th question. The coherence length of sodium yellow light, the value of lambda is 5893 into 10 to the power of minus 10 meters. In a 10 to the power of minus 10 pulse duration. Coherence length formula, length is equal to velocity. Generally we used C is equal to L by T. That formula only we used. L equal to C into delta T. V equal to displacement by time. That formula only. So C approximately 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. Delta T he gave us 10 to the power of minus 10 seconds. Substitute, you will get 3 into 10 to the power of 8 minus 10. 10 to the power of minus 2 meter. Right. Now next. Question number 131. The drift velocity of free electrons with mobility of 1.5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meter square by Vs volt second is an electric field strength of 0.5 volt per meter. He is asking to find the drift velocity. Direct formula mu into E, mobility into electric field strength. Mobility, electric field strength. You substitute, you will get 0.75 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meter per second. Now next 135 question. If X-ray beam of wavelength of 0.1 Newton meter incident at angle 30 degree diffracts in first order, then separation of a set of planes. Bragg's law 2d sin theta equal to n lambda. Lambda he gave 0.1 nanometer. Theta 30. N first order he said. He is asking to find the separation means d. So d becomes n lambda by 2 sin theta. N1 lambda 0.1 nanometer, 2 sin 30. If you substitute the values, you will get 0.1 nanometer. Now next, question number 141. Okay. The lifetime of radioactive material in 24 days. If 8 of this isotope is present initially, then what is remained in 72 days? He is saying. Okay. N equal to formula T by T of T 72 days, T of 24 days. Okay, T half lifetime 24 days. Total 72 days. So N equal to 72 by 24, 3. But actually what is the N value? The amount remained after N half lives. N equal to N naught 1 by 2 whole to the power of N. So N naught he gave us the lifetime radioactive substance. If 8 grams he gave. N naught 8 grams. N 3 here we got. 8 into 1 by 2 whole cube, that is equal to 8 into 1 by 8, that is equal to 1 gram. So if you like my video, share it, subscribe it. Stay with my channel to receive some important questions related to physics TS set, and also I'm going to make the video on the other year question paper, paper 1 and paper 2. Thank you.